7 series and 1-all. Miami with a franchise playoff record, 23 trays, 6 of them from Tyler Hero.
Honestly, I thought we generated the same looks in the first game. Just guys, including myself, weren't taking them. And, the talk amongst the team was just be aggressive, take the open shots, don't hesitate, let it go.
Elsewhere, the Thunder rolled over the Pelicans, 124-92 to go up 2-0. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 33 points. New Orleans still without Zion Williamson because of a hamstring strain. NHL, Brad Marchand broke up in a tie game with 2 third-period goals to boost the Bruins over the Maple Leafs 4-2. No surprise for Coach Jim Montgomery.
He's always risen to big moments. So you look at his career points in the playoffs, like, wow.
Boston leads 2-1. Upset alert, the Golden Knights dazzled the Stars 3-1, the defending Stanley Cup champions, winning both games at top seed Dallas to open that West Series. And Andre Kopitar's overtime goal gave the Kings a 5-4 win over the Oilers. They're tied at a game apiece. Baseball, the Red Sox iced the Red Hot Guardians 8-0. Cooper Criswell and 2 relievers held Cleveland to 4 hits. Connor Wong homered twice on a 4-for-4 day. Dodgers pounded out 20 hits and waylaid the Nationals. Shohei Ohtani had 3 doubles and leads the majors with a 371 average. Twins doubled up the White Sox. Willie Castro lit a 3-run candle on his 27th birthday. Chicago has dropped 6 in a row and is now 3-21. AL wins for the Rangers, Yankees, Orioles, Rays, and Royals. In the National League, the Cubs, Mets, Braves, Reds, Cardinals, Padres, and Brewers win. And the NFL draft begins tonight. The Bears own the first choice and are expected to take USC quarterback Caleb Williams, the 2022 Heisman Trophy winner. That's Thursday Sports.
Thank you, sir. Robert Workman with sports. It's 7 till. When we return on America in the Morning, OJ movie in the works, and a missing trophy returned after all these years. Back after these messages.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Hey, John, what's so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
It's Car Care Month, and Summit Racing has what you need for bumper-to-bumper care. Revive the interior, exterior, underhood, and more. Shop SummitRacing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends May 5th, 2024.
My job, finances, everything's so crazy. I just want to be in control. And I can't.
SAM is Smart About Money, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Get empowered. Reach your financial goals. Visit samican.org.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
Listen to News Radio 1440 at work, newsradio1440.com, at home through your Alexa or Google smart home device. Depend on it. News Radio 1440.
America in the Morning continues. It's 5 till. Following his recent passing, an O.J. Simpson film that's been in the works for years could finally find its way to the silver screen. Kevin Carr has that story.
An O.J. Simpson film that has been in development for a decade is still alive and kicking. Described as a satirical thriller, The Juice speculates Simpson did not kill Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman. A trailer featuring Simpson strapped to the electric chair was released on Wednesday.
Think of the real O.J.
Simpson was, in fact, acquitted of the murders in 1995, though a civil jury found him liable for the deaths 2 years later. Simpson died earlier this month of prostate cancer. Talking to The Hollywood Reporter, the Juice director Joshua Newton said that about 30 minutes of the film had been produced. It stars Boris Kodjoe as O.J. Simpson and follows lawyer Douglas McCann, who engaged in multiple conspiracy theories during the trial. Newton told The Hollywood Reporter he wanted Owen Wilson to play McCann and even offered him $12 million.
Are you kidding?
Newton said the actor declined because he didn't want to participate in a project that suggests O.J. was innocent.
Stop, please.
Newton is no stranger to controversy. The trailer for his last movie, 2022's Beautiful Blue Eyes, was censored on social media, sparking a lawsuit which was dismissed late last year. I spoke with Newton during the promotion of that film, and he blamed these problems on companies stifling free speech.
The greatest danger actually to democracy is actually the control over free speech. Because where does it go next?
I'm Kevin Elkins.
The NFL Draft begins later tonight. One of college football's most dominant performers ever is getting his Heisman Trophy back after 14 years. Correspondent Kevin Coolball tells us why.
Reggie Bush has been reinstated as the 2005 Heisman Trophy winner more than a decade after Southern California returned the award. Bush gave up the trophy in 2010 following an NCAA investigation that found he received what were impermissible benefits during his time with the Trojans. Heisman Trust President Michael Comerford said the trust considered the enormous changes in college athletics over the last several years that now make some forms of athlete compensation permissible. Bush amassed more than 2,000 yards from scrimmage and scored 18 touchdowns in 2005. He received the fifth most first-place votes in Heisman history. I'm Kevin Coolball.
A large section of concrete on a Chicago street has been removed, and it has residents saying, rats. Ed Donahue explains.
A portion of sidewalk in Chicago's North Side neighborhood of Roscoe Village has bared an imprint of a rat. It was discovered by a bigger audience when a Chicago comedian shared a photo of it on social media. City officials say the concrete around the rat is damaged and has to be replaced. A lot of work was done across the street from Georgina Ulrich's home.
Oh my God. All this for a rat.
Residents complained about the visitors. Some left coins and other items across the sidewalk. The square is now in storage.
Bye-bye, rat hole. You're going off to your new home somewhere else.
It's not clear where it will end up, and some neighbors think the imprint was caused by a squirrel. I'm Ed Donahue.
That's our show for today. America in the Morning for Thursday, April 25th, 2024 is produced by Jeff McKay. Production assistants, Christian Matos. Our senior producer is Kevin Delaney. I'm John Trout. This is Westwood One.
Summer's here. Temperatures are soaring, and unfortunately, so is the risk of developing skin cancer. The sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can damage your skin if it's not protected properly. So when you're out in the sun this summer, make sure to wear your protective clothing, like hats and long sleeves, and repeatedly reapply sunscreen.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
I got smart about mortgages, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
With Kevin Elkins in the morning, Dan Bongino for the midday, and Sean Hannity for your afternoon. It's News Radio 1440 all day. Depend on WLWI-AM is News Radio 1440, also heard on 95.1
Media station. This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Former President Trump found a way to campaign while he's on trial on criminal charges. He was cheered on by construction workers during a surprise stop in New York City this morning. He addressed today's Supreme Court ruling on his immunity claims. Correspondent Jan Crawford is at the Supreme Court.
The justices will decide whether and to what extent a former president has immunity from prosecution when it comes to official acts during his tenure in office. That decision will determine whether special counsel Jack Smith can try Trump for his alleged efforts to interfere with the 2020 election. Trump has failed to persuade two lower courts.
Everybody tries to interfere with the election. Everybody wants to win.
From former National Enquirer publisher David Hecker. Mr. Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, and his lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, are among 18 people indicted in Arizona in an alleged scheme to use fake electors to try to overturn his loss to Joe Biden. State Attorney General Chris Mays.
That scheme failed when Vice President Pence upheld the rule of law and accepted all certified Biden-Harris votes on January 6, 2021.
Hundreds more pro-Palestinian protesters arrested at colleges across the country. Correspondent Nancy Chen.
Demonstrators clashed with school security at USC in Los Angeles after school police ordered students to move their encampment.
Both sides of my family were displaced from Palestine. I'm here using my voice because my grandparents couldn't.
Police clearing that encampment in an area where next month's commencement is scheduled to take place. A new move to contain bird flu in bovines.
The Agriculture Department's ordered all dairy cows to be tested for bird flu before they can be transported across state lines. Genetic data and investigations suggest the virus has now infected cows across at least 8 states and a human dairy worker in Texas.
CBS's Vicki Barker. For the first time in decades, San Diego is the top region for migrant arrivals along the southern border. Border Patrol is reporting almost 9,000 arrests for the week ending April 16th. That's a 36% increase from 2 weeks before. Texas' share of arrests is at its lowest in 5 years. Bumpy landing for a Lufthansa plane at LAX.
Whoa! We're getting them go around.
A live stream caught the Boeing 747 touch-and-go attempt in LA. It lifted off the ground, then landed safely a few minutes later. S&P futures down 33. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Did you know that every day Preborn's network of clinics experiences 200 miracles? How? Preborn gives women with unplanned pregnancies a window into their womb through free ultrasounds, introducing them to the beautiful life growing inside. Once she meets her child inside her womb and hears their heartbeat, the chance of her baby's life doubles. Because of the generosity of you and me who donate just $28 to sponsor an ultrasound, Preborn can do this. The cost of a dinner to save a life. The most worthwhile investment you can make. All gifts are tax deductible and go entirely to saving babies. Someday you may meet a baby that you rescue, and you can give them a hug. Or maybe they'll give you a hug. Maybe they'll even save your life as they grow and pursue meaningful careers. One thing is for sure, you'll never regret saving a child's life because life is a miracle. All gifts are tax deductible and will go directly towards saving babies' lives. Donate securely at preborn.com/give life. That's preborn.com/give life. Sponsored by Preborn.
Cleaner blends and Mideast tensions sending gas prices up again on the West Coast.
Regular unleaded was selling for $7.09 a gallon at this gas station in Silicon Valley, among the highest pump prices in California.
It's exorbitant.
Stephanie says she wishes she drove an electric car.
I guess I should buy a Tesla, but I don't have the money for it.
The statewide average for regular is $5.42. Even that is much higher than the national average of $3.66. John Hanna says he would drive way out of his way to avoid paying $7 a gallon.
Anything else would just eat your pockets. Just eat your pockets out.
Matt Bigler for CBS News, Menlo Park, California.
Parisians are heartbroken after the blades of the windmill atop a famous nightclub collapsed.
I hope they will build it up again. So it will be, as it always has been, the old Moulin Rouge.
Pieces crashed to the ground in front of the Moulin Rouge, birthplace of the Can-Can, which opened in 1889. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ZipRecruiter. One place.
At least that's what he's saying now.
Top job sites.
Kids are.
More than that, ZipRecruiter's
They change their mind all the time. I must admit, I'm really
becoming the North again. And we've loved our time in Montgomery. We certainly call this city our home. I'm a father to 8 children, and we had 3 before we got here, 2 more when after we arrived in this wonderful place, and we've been able to adopt 3 more on top of that. And so I am a very blessed man. My wife and I have been married. It'll be 28 years this summer. And so very grateful to the grace of God, very privileged to serve this church. Did not grow up a Christian. I was raised in a family that was broken by divorce when I was very small. I remember going to church when I was really little, but that was about it. And did not grow up going to church, and later came to Christ when I was in college, going to University of Central Florida. And grateful to the grace of God every single day. And so thankful to serve, like I said, Morning View, and its 5th pastor in a 75-year history, and it's a great group of people.
Mm-hmm. Outstanding. And I will admit to you that since I've been going over there, I have been pleasantly pleased with the guys. I only got 1 complaint for that.
That's our after church conversation.
Yeah. That's not for the public. Actually, it's not really a complaint. It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And everybody's got an opinion.
Everybody's got opinions and preferences.
But I love the people over there who always extend a hand of welcome to anybody that shows up over there. And it's a good place. Okay. You need new seats, but other than that, I don't know. I can't figure out why church benches are always so hard, but when you want to go to an NFL game, they almost give you a lounge boy.
Well, if you can afford to go to an NFL game nowadays, you deserve to have the best chair you can get.
I will admit to you, it's high, and I don't know how people afford it. I mean, and they'll sit there in the cold and the wind and the rain in the game, and they say, well, how come you wasn't at church? I mean, I'm just saying, if you can sit there in the cold, in the wind, and pay for the opportunity to sit there, Whew. Anyway, one of the things I want to talk about today, and you can talk, first of all, this is your hour, so whatever you want to talk about, it's all important at the time, but I'm the student, you're the teacher. But one of the things we need to talk about is things that people attribute to the Bible that are not there. And I can imagine that you can know some. And so we'll start off with the first one is God helps them to help themselves.
Yes, that's straight out of the book of First Opinions.
That's right. That's what it is. But there's so many things that are not there. Somebody last night told me that being gay is not in the Bible. I think it's some reference to it. May not call it gay, but I think it's in there. But God help them who help themselves. Doesn't that go against the lean on God if you say I'm going to help myself?
Yeah, and it all depends, because I've heard that one a lot. That's probably the one cliche you hear more than anything that's attributed to the Bible. But the reality is, it's how you interpret the statement. And so the idea, if the idea behind saying that is that we do have the responsibility to step up, in the grace of Christ and in the strength of Christ, we are called to obey him. We are called to step forward in faith. We are called to do, as the book of James says, do not be just merely hearers of the word, but be doers of the word. And so if that's what you mean when you make that statement, it's a scriptural principle that you're reflecting when you say it. But if you're taking it from the standpoint of, well, it's all up to you, you've got to get out there and do this and these kind of things, then it's not a scriptural principle. Because it's not all up to us, right? We are to be people who depend upon Christ, who draw near to Christ, who serve and who love and who go forth in the grace and strength of Christ. And so it's not just about what we do. Ultimately, it's about what he does and what we have a privilege to join him in doing. So it's all about how you mean that statement, depending on how you interpret it. There can be some scriptural principle behind it, or it can be very antithetical to scriptural teaching.
Yeah, somewhere I think the guy wrote, he said, trust in the Lord all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding.
All your ways
subject to him. Yeah. Okay, so we got rid of that one. All right, let's move on to another. Now here's one that I take a little exception to, because I think the guy who interpreted this is wrong. But spare the rod, spoil the child. Now, and now according to this guy, what this guy said, he says, well, parents and others likewise often use this quote to justify the physical punishment of children, but it isn't something that God commands Christians to do. He said the closest thing is Proverbs 13:24, which says, whoever spared the rod hates their children, but the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. So I think that means putting the wood on them.
Right. Well, and and this is where we also want to be careful to rightly interpret passages of Scripture. Proverbs are not commandments or promises. They are proverbs. They are wise sayings. They're things that tend to be true, that tend to reflect how things actually turn out. And so when we talk specifically, we get to this issue of spanking a child. Many people take what the Proverbs say and other scriptural passages and they say, no, parents are commanded to physically discipline their children. I think you're overstepping when you say that. I don't think we can say biblically that it's a command. It is a biblical principle. It is an idea that Scripture presents us with. But we want to understand too, there are many ways to discipline. And
one's with the wood.
One is with the wood. It is acceptable. I do want to say that, but it's not necessarily commanded. And you think about this. We even practice with this with our children. We might spank, and again in a very measured way, never in anger, always in a righteous way. We might spank a 6-year-old, but when we have a 16-year-old, we don't really spank there. What do? We know there are other things that are more painful to that child to lose, like privileges and other things. And so we use different manners of discipline. And so we want to understand the variety of ways to do good biblical discipline. These are scriptural principles. They are not commandments.
Because one could argue if at 16 you have to spank your child, we've done something wrong already. And I'm glad to say this morning, I've only had to smack mine twice. Both of them, this twice. And as I thought about it years later, I said to myself, maybe I could have handled that a little bit differently than I did. One time, we were in McDonald's and he had this toy, and this little child wanted the toy. Well, I said, Z, well, give him the toy. And she said, no, that's mine. Now, he was young, and it was his toy. I said, yeah, but you got 100 of them at home, But he wasn't caring about the ones he had at home. It was the one he had in his hand right there. And so I smacked him and took the toy and gave it to the kid. But as I thought about it, I said, well, maybe that wasn't quite the right way to do that. I should have just kind of like had a conversation. I did have a conversation that time, but he wasn't hearing me. He wasn't hearing that. And so I said, so maybe, I tried, now that I'm older, I tried to find where's the teaching moment of this? How can I teach you to give when you have plenty? And that was my goal at that particular time. But I smacked him, and then we gave it to him. And now he keeps reminding me of that. He's almost 18 now.
Oh, it's stuck in his memory now. He's not going to let that go, is he?
No, he's going to let it go. So I've had to apologize a couple of times for doing that. So, but you wasn't getting the lesson, brother. So I was.
Well, and I would follow right behind that and say, Kevin, and what you brought out is a great principle. Our time when we do have to discipline our children, those are some of the best teaching times. Have a conversation. Use it to talk about important things, eternal things, and use it as an opportunity to point your child to their need for Christ. Coming from a biblical Christian tradition, what we understand is we're all sinners. We all fall short. We all make mistakes, and that's why we need Christ. And that's a great thing for your children to hear from you as they're growing up.
Yeah, and I still feel guilty about smacking him for that, but I didn't feel guilty about what I wanted him to do. I felt guilty about how I was trying to impress upon him that it's important to give when you have an abundance of stuff to give. But I only did it once, so we did it. Yeah. Let me see who this is. Good morning. Who's this? Yes.
Good morning. All right.
a minute. We ain't talking about Trump right now. But we're talking about biblical things right now. I don't get. Yeah. Yeah. No, it really done that. Those. Yeah. Okay. Get back with okay. Get back with me on a.
I, I, that was a very sad case. I mean, if our hearts are so invested in politics that we're willing to take our own life over any political figure, that's a sadness. Again, incredibly sad and awful thing for anyone to say about any political figure.
Yeah. Okay, brother. I appreciate you.
Have a good day, sir.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
It's a joy. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I think it's very sad, and I think it's contrary and detrimental to any state population. And I think the statistics bear that out. I actually back when Alabama, I've been here 18 years, and I've been a pastor here just a few years. Back in the first decade of the 2000s, when all that was up before the Alabama state legislature, and I went down and I listened to the different arguments that were being made, and it greatly saddened me. Because at the end of the day, casinos tend to prey upon those who have the least income. They have a most detrimental effect upon the poorest in a particular society and culture, because they're holding out the offer of quickly won wealth, and publicizing this, and yet statistically those persons are never going to get anything, and you end up with people with gambling addictions and everything. I mean, literally, as a pastor, I've had to counsel families who are dealing with the aftermath of gambling addiction, where they are losing their homes because they were sucked in, they became addicted, and they're gambling away their mortgage payments. And it has ruined their families, it has ruined their marriages, it has done, and again, casinos tends to come greater crime, greater drug use, greater prostitution. There are a lot of social ills that accompany the gambling industry, and I think it's a sad thing that faith leaders would support that. Well, and I think it's a sad thing too, and I hate to say this, the PR campaigns for casinos are terrible in how they misrepresent the facts. One of the things years ago was with, everything with Victoryland when it was going on 15 years ago, how much money they charity and how much community good they did. But at the end of the day, when you actually looked at the books, it was less than 1% of the profits of this particular establishment that were actually being given to charity and other things. They were doing very little, and yet that was the focus. Oh, we have this here. They do amazing things for the community. In reality, it was so very
So, I have a different opinion on that. We'll be right back right after this. Yeah, that alcohol over there. I'm just saying, I'm bored with it. Right? I don't have to do the place for you. If we, oh, we're gonna have some fun stuff. All right. Yeah, we like to. The alcoholic says, "I'm not on drugs like you, so I'm better." The drug guy says, "Yeah, but I'm not on alcohol." Well, and we come back to because there's an element of personal responsibility. Nobody makes you welcome. You choose to do it, and I lost $20 on it. You choose to do it, and there's that. There's absolutely that element of it. But there's some things I don't know that I know exactly where to draw that line, Kevin, but there has to be a line drawn when something specifically becomes so misrepresented that you have to say, you gotta stop it. You gotta stop it from being so effective. It's like the whole thing in Oregon. They legalized all these different drugs, and it is crashed in society. And now the Democrats are trying to back it up and saying, well, this is a they were doing all like the gun thing, right now. Everybody wants around. I'm here. Yeah. But I guess I go into that place sometimes. I've only been in it about 5 times. And I go in and take $5 or $20 a month. If I win some, I win some. If I don't, I win it. And when I lose, I mean, but there's some people spending money on like me. After a moment of 2 days, it's going to be. Like, you love them. Yeah. So people are going to, if they're in gambling, then let me ask you a question. I'm a drug dealer. A drug dealer in your neighborhood, but I'm going to want to use $500,000 to pay. Why not? Because of where it's coming from. Okay, and you don't know if the money in the bank that gets lent to us came from somebody. I don't know what I don't know, but what I do know, I'm I'll go one better for you. I've had people say, "Well, what if I won the lottery and I want to give the church, $10 million because I won $100 million lottery?" Right. Really? I wouldn't. Why not? You can do so much more for people with something with nothing. Because the lotteries operate in our culture. Yeah. I think they are a non-legislative tax on the poorest people. Poor people have a tendency to be stupid. I agree. And whether or not the lottery gets it, or the drug place gets it, or the liquor store gets it, somebody's gonna get it. No, okay. I couldn't take what has victimized poor people. Well, hell, why victimize themselves? I mean, I want to know. Yes, please. Does God not use the devil for his own purposes?
Well, that's a big subject too.
So if God can use the devil for his own purposes, you can use that drug dealer's money to put some poor folks in some groceries.
Problem is, he's a guy who knows everything and controls everything. I don't know everything and can't control everything.
No, but you can control whether or not you're going to take. And put it this way: you take the drug dealer's money. That's money he doesn't have to buy drugs. That's going to be used anyway. Then you might as well help people pay the light bill or the gas bill, whatever the case may be, and he ain't going to stop selling drugs.
The reason they can't pay their light bill and all that other stuff
Because they're
because they're strung it on drugs.
Because they're stupid. They took drugs. They be stupid.
I understand, but do I participate in further taking advantage of those stupid people?
No, you only taking advantage of the drug dealer by taking his money.
I'm indirectly taking advantage of those stupid people.
Biblically, are you on sound ground?
I mean, biblically, there's specifics. There's Israel over and over again in the Old Testament is taken to task by God because they're not taking care of the poor and indigent among them.
Exactly. And neither are you if you ain't taking the money.
But I'm taking care of them in other ways that don't oppress them at the same time.
I hear you, but they still don't get put out tomorrow if they don't get their rent paid. And you've been done something about it. Because he wants more points. No, but he is doing something. And we all have done something wrong. So, and we try to make it feel like I don't think that. I don't know if two rights make up for one wrong. One wrong is wrong. I don't know. This conversation goes so many ways.
Yes. Even if you have weight issues like diabetes or high blood pressure, right now you're going to be protected. Make sure that
But it's
continues if something unexpected happens to
it's
you.
and like I said, I don't know where I don't know that I can say. But you talk about all the different things that man could impose if we could. Somewhere in there you have to draw a line that says this is illegal to go back. It's so damaging to society.
And we're back. Our guest 860-1440 is over here. Area code 334. Thanks for with us. I'm going to take these phone calls here and see some. Good morning on there. Yeah. Morning.
Again, the biblical response to that is not as well is going to be open. And my answer to that is the moment you see a child, you are another human, and therefore you not to murder.
All righty. Good money on there.
Good morning. I'm well, I don't know you. What do you mean, a man like you? Okay. I believe that you are a man made in the image of God, because I believe all human beings are made in God's image. Therefore, you are worthy of all dignity and respect. As someone who bears the image of God, I believe that every man, woman, child, anyone who is created for purpose is to glorify God. It's to love Him and honor Him and obey Him. Sorry, go ahead. Okay.
Well, brother, you also need to date with a psychiatrist. But that's good. Yeah, that's it was a joke on my part. Anyway, these are in the Bible that we attribute to the Bible. These are not clear. There's some things in life we may hear about being amazing. Yeah, yeah. He was saying he did 2 men. Me and Roscoe. Roscoe's another DJ on another radio station. Yeah. He's on it. But we were talking about is it possible to do good with bad things, such as taking money from a drug dealer and feeding the poor? You say you wouldn't really have anything to do with that. I say you're wrong. Right.
Well, and this goes back to the earlier caller who asked the question, and that led to an off-air conversation. We do want to understand there are people who choose to go down the road. Nobody makes someone walk in a casino; they choose to do it. Just like people choose to get drunk, just like people you choose to use drugs, to sell drugs, to do all these different things. But still, we again, biblically, as a pastor, I'm going to instruct people to look at what the Bible says and what we're called to do, and how the Bible commands us to. There's a principle there of not being dependent. I guess we could use the more modern word addicted on any particular substance. To do good to care for the poor and the indigent. There's a number of different commands that come into line there. And that comes back to Kevin's question. So, if a drug dealer comes to me and says, hey, it's been a good year, I'd like to give $500,000 to the church. His question to me was, would I take it? And my answer was, I would not. And Kevin's response to that is, well, it's going to go somewhere. Shouldn't it come to the church to at least help people? And my answer to that,
reasonable.
My answer to that would be, but where did that money come from? Because I know where it came from. Because it came from predatory, practices, putting addictive, severely addictive, and harmful substances in the hands of mostly young people and very poor people. I am not going to take that money, even though that money could be used to do a great deal of good. That money was gleaned from doing a great deal of evil.
Then you, my friend, would never have taken a check back in the 80s, because it was said that every dollar bill just about back in the 80s had coke residue on it. So if you don't want to take money that came from some place that's not so good, then you wouldn't have got paid.
I would press the initial claim about all dollar bills haven't been used that way. But
they said the majority of the dollars back in the 80s had coke residue on it.
Well, is that because all the people in New York touching all the money up there?
Maybe so. Maybe so. So you cannot extract good out of evil, is what you're telling me?
No, I would not say that. And again, even the Bible speaks contrary to that. God causes all things to work together for good to those who
so the drug dealer wants to give you the money, you use the money to help
well, again, we're responsible for what we know, Kevin. right? Just because I say that God can use evil for good, he can turn evil towards good, it doesn't mean I should go out and rob a liquor store and do as many evil things as possible because God's going to do them for good. I'm responsible for my sins. I'm responsible when I make decisions to go contrary to God. So the fact that God can take bad things and use them for good does not justify doing those evil things.
But you didn't do the evil thing. Somebody else did.
Right, but in my own conscience and based on biblical principle, I would feel that I was doing an evil thing by taking money gained from illegal.
Now you sound like a Democrat. I feel, but the problem is that the money.
Let me back up and speak more definitively.
Yeah.
Biblically, I don't want to be considered as participating in something that directly oppresses others. And,
okay,
and
let me get back
to
you
an
on
oppressive
that
thing.
Let me get back to you on that. 860-1440 is the number here. You want to give us a call? Love to talk to you. Let's see who this is. Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Solid, great question.
Well, and ma'am, my answer to that is I'm always going to preach what Scripture says, and if I am aware, if I know where money's coming from, if it's coming from something wrong, improper, illegal, I'm going to refuse that. And so yes, my answer would be I teach them before they give their money. I teach them the biblical principle before they give their money. I do not go to every single person and say, where did you get this? Where does it come from? Does this come from a right source or not? No, I do not do that. But that's also a part of church membership, right? When you become a member of the church, you're accountable to the body. And if we're aware that any member is engaged in openly sinful or illegal activity, then the church is also going to step in and love that person by doing discipline on that person. And so there is an accountability structure in place for members who would be engaged in any kind of illegal or immoral activity. And I think yes, ma'am, and I think you're right. There are a lot of people that do jobs at those establishments that aren't directly involved in gambling. But again, personally, if I had a member who worked at a casino, even in an ancillary job like that, I would not force them. I would not say that it's a sin issue, but I would say you should carefully consider perhaps who you are working for and what this establishment represents. And I would encourage you to try to see if you could use your skill set in a different capacity for a different company. Again, yes, ma'am. I understand that, but that was specifically for Victoryland. You're talking about an establishment that was making hundreds of millions of dollars, and then turning around and charitably giving less than 1% of that. And I understand that less than 1% went to places that were in need or did good or helped different charities. But at the end of the day, we have to consider the hundreds of millions that were earned by victimizing people. Ma'am, I grew up poor. I understand them. I understand what that means. I faced it. I lived in a house where our power and our water was constantly turned off because my daddy couldn't pay the bill.
Oh, it must be cousins.
Yeah. And so I understand it. But can you receive money for knowing, that, okay, this money will help me get my light bill turned back on, knowing that money was just gained from your next door neighbor losing their house. I can't do that.
But what about if the government takes your house for not paying taxes and they turn around and sell your house on the tax thing?
Well,
Somebody's going. I mean.
Well, now we're talking about government, which is a whole other conversation about what government should and shouldn't do.
Appreciate it. Somebody wants me to ask you a question. Says, please ask the pastor what the Bible says about divorce or getting married to someone outside of your ex-spouse. Is it considered adultery? Do you condone or condemn these marriages?
And so we want to understand when we go to Scripture, there are biblical grounds for divorce and there are unbiblical grounds for divorce. Divorce, God hates divorce, right? Marriage was instituted by God for the good of humanity, as the means by which new life is brought into the world. It's meant to be a covenant relationship that lasts a lifetime. But the fact of the matter is, we live in a sinful world, and in this sinful world, people can do horrible things to one another. And so divorce is allowable to help the person who's being abused or victimized or taken such great advantage of. And so there are biblical divorces and there are unbiblical divorces. When Christ comes to that subject himself in the Gospels, when he teaches on this, he speaks of the fact that
our time is up.
Oh, sorry, have to get it next time.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah.
Man.
You know what? We can pick up that question. Marriage divorce.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big one.
It's always been a question of mine. However, people at some point are going to engage in those kinds of things if they get divorced. So, I don't know.
Signaling a slowdown in India. 2.4. Report the Fed afterwards uninterested. It's not in the market. This study the electric plant should move forward to the measures and traces new prescription foods. Many we believe that expensive technology is causing cancer. We will switch to renewable forms of energy such as wind and solar. Hundreds of people were adopted technology and college campuses last year. Released in Boston, there were roughly 108 demonstrators and various controls, 93 taking activated construction charges, and the USC, 94 for assaulting the deadly weapon, shooting up in this week. And The windmill has one of the CBS is related to the windmill study is huge and heavily started taking the first 2 years of the new year's time. The last number of the later now all 47 This is CBS News.
Amount for a free letter accepted and estimate. And after the cancellation comes with a lifetime guarantee.
Not just us.
Everyone gets the call, so you have to work so hard. Are you love your gun protection as much as we do? Visit leafcenter.com/build and get up to 30% off today. See that it's in the warranty details. Promotion is 20% plus discount. One discount off.
We're trying to host the NFL draft tonight.
Well, football is sports agree. Caleb Williams is the odds-on favorite to the top pick in the draft by the Chicago Bears. Williams, the star quarterback at USC. The other quarterbacks expected to be gobbled up tonight. And forecast will be the first 9 seeds off the board. Marvin Harrison Jr., All-American with Ohio State, and had a Hall of Fame degree. CBS News.
Yesterday are serious for humans. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Godwin. Also known as NCS. He is small, office is downtown Alabama. How in the world radio advertising, and the rest is now history. Through the years, we've helped thousands of Alabama homeowners with mortgages, home equity, and debt consolidation loans. Today, MCS is practically a household name across the entire state. In order to succeed, you've got people who need your services the most. That's a fact. And radio works. If you like to get service, use News Radio 1440.com to help grow your business. Radio works. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying to get your video. That doesn't mean we have to record the commercial at 6 a.m. Right. It's the real deal. And remember when Disney first started watching you? Really, please, favorite person at Kathy Dell. Pakistan is the best. We're your news station.
It's 10 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock. Brother Pastor's gone, so we continue on to where we were. My first thing I think I would take the money help go folks. I think I would do that. I think I would just let the guy leave out of the church, all the folks need help. But then again, he may be right, so I'm not thinking. Yeah, come on to all of you. Our numbers are 860-1440 if you want to you can call the pastor. I'm sorry about that. We give you about an hour on the fourth Thursday of the month. But there are a lot of other things too that I didn't get a chance to get to that have been attributed to the Bible. Just some more. Judge not that you be not judged. Yeah, that's not exactly the way it's supposed to go. But it does say judged by the school measure by which you judge. 860-1440 here. We're going to get started with 798-11. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Well, alcohol itself is alcohol itself is not sinful. Mm. Right. Well, I mean, right. But the alcohol didn't do it. He's doing it with the alcohol. So I mean, the alcohol. You know what I mean? Well, that's true. I mean, there's some personal response. Yeah. There's some. Yeah. It is a choice. Mm. But we changed our mind since then. Yeah. Well, the decision may not be sound, but they'll make the decision. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate it. Come on, who's this? I'm fine. Trump Center is the place that was over in the police department in Federal Drive, right? And you say that it is closed at the moment. Well, we'll just have to find out. Doesn't the Montgomery Police Department run half that place over there, and the Trump Center is on the other half, or I think the detective division or something like that? Yeah. Are they still work? Are they still working in there? Okay. Well, we put it out there to let us find out, is the Trump Center being renovated or is it being closed permanently? Yeah. And growth and old folks do need someplace to go. Um, something that the social and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, if anybody knows any information about the Trump Center, we'd like you to give us a call and tell us what's going on. Let me see here. Good morning. Yes. Well, in court, yeah. Yeah. But you probably can't speak for all white folks either. I'm just to be. Okay. Okay. Yeah, hey, listen, if that's your analysis of the situation, until I hear something different, I'm going on. I appreciate it. So the brothers go down there trying to say that I didn't do it. So they got to pay that court cost now, plus they got to pay for the court. Now, I can't figure out why we pay when we pay for the court already. Now, somebody needs to go to the Supreme Court with this. Why do I have to pay court costs when the court is only because of us paying taxes already? Okay, now that part I don't quite understand. That's our courthouse, and it's our building. So why is the government charging us twice? We're paying taxes for it. But now when I go down and have to use it, now you're gonna pay for it. I think there's something wrong with that. Hey, good morning. What is this? Morning. Yeah, please give me something. It's court calls is a ripoff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's twice many people in the courthouse. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it is difficult, but I don't know. There are a lot of professions that are dangerous, and people. I think it is the politicization of our police departments that why people don't want to come because there always been dangerous jobs that people, military, for instance, people have always volunteered for those jobs. I think. Mm. I appreciate it. 8:21 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Not this medicine. Yes. Good morning. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Well, I can't answer that question. You know, so let me get this straight. Are you saying that one of those situations are better than the other? Okay, well, you say that because you don't know what you don't know. So I mean, it's easy for you to say that, but I think I'd rather have freedom. I think I'd rather have freedom. Yeah. All right, appreciate it. Not so real a question. Anyway, let's take a. We'll be back at 8:25 in the morning.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute. You what I'm thinking now? Can you just imagine what the people in Gaza are thinking now? And what Hamas is thinking? Hezbollah is thinking? Hey, oh, this is great. Nobody's paying attention. We've been pointing it out more than anybody. Now we get the importance about over 10 million unvetted pro-Biden illegal immigrants coming from our top political foes like Iran, Syria, China, tens and tens of thousands, Russia, home of the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt, Afghanistan, home of Al Qaeda, ISIS-K, and they're showing up at our southern border. Gotta be kidding me. Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication for can get prescribed a 100% online process and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMSS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive payments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But not enough. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology skills and actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. More than 100 recruiters that's right. And let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com. Free. ZipRecruiter.com/ZipRecruiter.com/free. Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major. Unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is finding people. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to job sites. ZipRecruiter's identify and actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. Here are the 5 employers who have ZipRecruiter. Focus on your business. For yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Got a fryer, steamer, and a grill. Put the way you like it. Got a good old dog and hamburger. I also got 5 in the every 4 o'clock this week. The hard times. Actually, these folks won the internet discount back in January. It's going to be a great number. Come on, friend, we're having a good time. Like Andy Wood, it's time 4 o'clock.
You don't hear the radio ads about the IRS, rain, hair, and the other things with the call. I'm here to get a tax relief advocate is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you put money with the TRA,
And we're back. 860-1440, 8:32 in the morning. And don't forget today is the last day to vote for the advertising of the week. Just don't forget to pass that up for kids for that honor. And that's it. Give you the name. I have the name of your people. Okay. Right to the top. Okay. Slippy Ajay, I am AAIJ, how you pronounce that, Lovelace Academic Magnet Program High School, Carol Sidney Lanier High School, and Catherine Reardon from the Henry Catholic School, and Danny Wayne Henderson from Success Unlimited. So make sure that you go to my Montgomery Advertiser, go click at the news and pick one of those outstanding students, and let's give them some congratulations and see who wins tonight. Right? Do that. Seriously. Come on. Take care of that. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope you stay fine. Do well. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Yes. Because there are some things that don't need it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there are just some things that should go without comment. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, I hear. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Well, I was trying to figure out where he was going with that. Yeah. So what I was saying was, okay, this is American. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. That was kind of a that was kind of a stretch. Hey, appreciate it. It's 8:45 in the morning. Good morning on that. Morning. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. So I guess his theory was, well, if you had stopped, then your physical gestures would have uh, insinuated that there was a stop here, man, and you didn't do that. Well, tell him you stopped slowly, right? So you wasn't speeding when you stopped, right? You wasn't speeding. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what that's, when you get old, that's what happens. When you got to. Okay. Mm, mm, right, right. Richard, always enjoyed the educational aspect of this show. You learn so many things. Good morning. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. It must be getting close to Friday. It must be getting close to Friday. Yeah, the day must be Thursday. Yeah, yeah. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay. Mhm. Okay. 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 I appreciate the call. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good morning on air. I'm doing pretty good. I don't know how we got here on this. I know how we got here. I know how we got here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I was hoping. Listen, here's what I was hoping. I was hoping people would consider the source and keep moving. Yeah. Slave on limited projects. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah. Mm. Well, bless his heart. I mean, bless his heart. I think he meant well. Yeah, I think he meant well. Yeah. All right. I gotta go take a break. Okay. Take a break. 8:43 in the morning. What time flies when you're having fun? I gotta go down there and make put money in the thing. What's that thing they got down on the street? You know, I got ticket that day. $15. $15 for 1 minute over? Yeah, that's kind of silly. We'll be back. I gotta understand $5 maybe. $15? Oh man. And it seems that Harvey Weinstein had his conviction overturned. We'll be back.
List of great matches to review. Four out of five employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter.
And we're back. Good morning. Hope to stay fine to everybody. Well, I'm ready for the weekend now. Usually I wasn't ready for the weekend. I was just on the work. But in the latter years, yeah, you got my brain needs to rest. 864-1440 is the number here to give us troubles ever on your mind. Also, a piece of legislation, I'll get to that in a second here. Good morning. Yes. Why is that? Well, I guess there's a message in there somewhere. I'm not sure. That's a Mary J. Blige and Sam. Yeah, I know Sam goes the other way. I don't know. Yeah. I guess you can put it that way. Who you are? Well, we all get old. Age environment that is. Yeah. I take it from you all the time. Well, somebody stay married to you. Yeah. Wherever he was. Yeah. All right. Appreciate you, whoever that was. It is 3:52 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Okay. I believe you. All right. Yeah, that's white folks that way. Well, we so we we got a couple of white folks drinking every time. A year ago, Montgomery was set for I would imagine if you go to Podunk, Alabama, you're going to find more white folks here in Alabama. Here is one of the Birmingham, where there's a black guy that became mayor of this city down there, and they wouldn't let him get in his office. They just won't let him get. And I don't know where the governor is on this because nobody else ran. And now that they wouldn't let the guy in his office down. I'll see if I get him on the phone one more. But you got a mayor in your office. I guess it's like, you can't do nothing. But Alabama still got some some issues here. And that's okay. That's what we kind of sell it down there. And why does it seem like it's quicker to come back from Selma to Montgomery than it is to go to Selma? And that is such a boring highway. Oh, ain't nothing to look at. No, ain't nothing. I keep myself awake, by singing to myself on the way down 80. That is boring. Woo! But anyway, but you know what I thought about when I came down that road yesterday? I thought about, because I've only been to Selma twice. I've been in that road. And I thought about all the sacrifices and all the people who came down that road for the music and all that good. Not the politicians who drive down to the limousine and fake like they're walking over when the cameras are off. The real people who sacrificed blood, sweat, and tears, gave up certain freedoms, certain economic advantages, and to come across to walk that thing for my friends, to come to my friends. I kept thinking about that. And I don't know if we do them justice. I don't know if we do them justice. I think what is the best tribute that as Black people who live in Alabama, that live in Montgomery and Selma and all these places, what is the best thing we can do? I don't personally think it's putting up another monument to the misuse of Black people. I don't think that's it. But that's the way some people, that's the way they choose to honor those people. That's fine. I think what we should do is try our best to be excellent at all things that we do. Whether it's in school, working at McDonald's, whether it is whatever you do, working on the sanitation truck, whatever job you have, policeman, whatever job you have, we need to pursue excellence in whatever. I think we owe that to them. And not the excuses of, I got to get an IEP in school because my son is an idiot. And all he wants to go to school and do is raise hell, and then we're going to give him special privileges to be done. I think it's the pursuit of excellence. We owe those people. I know my man finished because I am prejudiced, but okay. Anytime there's I'm not racist, but yeah, listen, I don't care if people are racist. That's on them. That doesn't bother me. The only thing that bothers me is you and my child. Not me so much, my child, yeah, you're gonna get hit. But other than that, whatever. We live in a country where people we live in a country now where college students teaching on Jewish people. Now, I wish I was in the national guard right now, and they told me I could have been on so that's why I was in the guard for a while. Do they not realize that the people that they are, and oh yeah, someone had the unmitigated gall to have the LGBT pride flag. Do they not know the people that they are misusing Jewish people for will cut their throats, cut their hands off, and throw them off buildings if they knew you were gay? I mean, really, isn't this such a dumb thing? I mean, the people you are protesting for will kill you because of your lifestyle. Let's go to college and make this money. Good morning, go there. Of course. Yeah, of course they are. Yeah, I believe that excellence, though, I believe to attain excellence is the greatest tribute we can give to those people. Yeah. Well, although some of them think and that's on both sides. Anyway, we'll come back at 1 more hour. I'm going to put my money in the meter down there so they don't give me, so I don't give the city any more of my $15. I mean, that's $15. Man, I need to come up with more places to park downtown. I don't know. We'll be back.
News Radio.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The Supreme Court hearing argument this hour on former President Trump's claims of absolute immunity in office. Correspondent Dan Popper has a top story from Washington. The justices will decide whether and to what extent a former president has immunity from prosecution when it comes to official acts during his tenure in office. That decision will determine whether prosecution Smith and Trump with alleged efforts to interfere with the 2020 election. Trump is back in New York, his money in his criminal trial, before the National Enquirer published his record. A surprise ruling from New York State's top court. It's overturning the former Hollywood producer's rape conviction. The New York Court of Appeals ruled that the judgment allowed for prejudice with its proper remedies. The court said that included allowing voters to testify about allegations that were not part of the case. The 73-year-old Weinstein was considered for 23 years in New York. He remained in prison because he was convicted in Los Angeles. Dow is down 652 points amid a new sign of consumer spending as Congressman Commerce Department reports that the economy grew more than expected 1.6% in the first quarter. Business analyst Joe Schlesinger says it could signal lower interest rates on the horizon. Most could be that we are going to see the first rate cut of the September meeting, and this is lower than expected interest rates in the first quarter. The June would usually allow one to in that month. We're just in from Baltimore. The first cargo ship has passed through a new temporary channel after the bridge collapse. The Boston Channel on the Panama Canal is one of 5 carriers stuck there for a month. A changing of the guard in Grand Rapids City. A day after shots were fired to the National Palace in Port-au-Prince, President Ariel Henry has resigned. A transitional council has just been sworn in for step in forming a new government. Henry's resignation letter was signed in L.A. New report finds the number of food recalls is skyrocketing. CBS's Cooper Lawrence. The most commonly recalled foods were snacks like cookies and granola bars, and fruit. Almost half were because of mislabeled packaging, and the rest were for stuff like listeria and salmonella. Contaminated food is blamed for at least 6 deaths and 1,100 illnesses in the last year. Now down more than 660 now. This is CBS News.
With O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Show us greenhouse. Indeed can help you hire great people. Indeed you do. You can schedule a virtual interview call from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/visit and for $75 to your first month of job. Terms and conditions apply.
Even Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead. Admire that. Your vehicle's moving along with eBay after refreshing styles and a whole lot of more. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect every time. Listen, these prices, well, we're going to know it, not cash. You can ride or die alive at EvenVoters.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
They're queuing up the music in New Orleans.
The Beach Boys are part of Jazz Fest opening day today. Speaking of opening, it's Jazz Fest producer
701.
Wynn Davis's big
I'll
moment.
mention it before I get out.
My most
Okay?
emotional moment, so to speak,
Before I get
when
out.
the
Over
gates
700.
once the gates open, the festival comes to life.
Now you're pushing it.
People who give it
Now
away.
you
Next weekend is the Rolling Stones at Jazz Fest. Also Neil Young, Queen Latifah, Foo Fighters, and hundreds more. Chris Miller for CBS News, New Orleans.
For the first time in decades, San Diego's the top region for migrant arrivals along the southern border. Border Patrol reporting almost 9,000 arrests for the week ending April 16th. That's a 36% increase from 2 weeks before. And we're watching stocks closely. The Dow now down 701 points, almost 2%. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You don't have to miss a second of your favorite talk show at home or at work. Listen on your smart speaker, on your Alexa or Google smart home device. News Radio 1440.
Okay, we're back. Okay, 1 hour to go. The Alabama House on Tuesday passed a bill, which I'm in total agreement with, not that they asked me or anything like that, but restricting conversations of gender identity and sexual orientation for grades kindergarten through 8th in this state. The bill also prohibits teachers from displaying flags or other images relating to the subject in their classroom. And I am absolutely on board with that. Okay, let's get them to read and write first. Make sure they can do a couple of basic mathematical computations and make sure they know before we get into this, let them know the way the good Lord put it first, and then you can go to all your other changes, okay? So they passed a bill where you can't discuss these things from K to 8th grade. I think if you're in kindergarten to 8th grade, why in the world would you want to discuss, unless it's some biology issue, but then again, you don't need that in the kindergarten anyway. So I'm just saying. So great, they finally got some go-ahead to do something. They can't seem to get the go-ahead to come up with this lottery thing here, but they do that. Passed by a vote of 74 to 25. I like to see the 25 people who voted against it. The bill expands upon the Don't Say Gay law passed in 2022, similar to that of Florida's legislation of the same nickname, which prohibits teachers from speaking about gender identity or sexual orientation in grades K through 5, which makes a lot of sense to me. Authored by Representative Mac Butler, a Republican from Rainbow City, the original language restricted the topic from being restricted up to the 12th grade. Well, I think, listen, you're in the 11th, 12th grade, you don't know how to think for yourself by then the school's already failed you anyway. But a friendly amendment by Representative Barbara Drummond, from a Democrat from Mobile, moved it down to grade 8. And I'm good with that. I mean, 9th grade, okay, you're starting to learn how the world works around you. And yeah, you got to deal with crazy people too, okay? I'm trying to put lipstick on something that I think is going to be scarring our kids. Okay, so let me get this right, Mr. Drummond. So let me just get this right. So a child knows the difference between a male and a female. They just know it instinctively. They know it. And you don't think you putting lipstick on a pig when you tell your child that that's a woman? Wait a minute. You don't think he's scarred for life? Come on, man. Yeah. So no. So the best thing we need to do is not even have the conversation. Now in the ninth grade, you got 3 years to go before you hit the real world out here, and then let's start talking about those things. But K through eighth grade certainly don't need to be talking about these things. And if you seriously, you think kids are not? Do we really believe that some of our children are not being scarred to hell when they walk down the street, see two guys holding hands and two women holding hands? Okay, I mean, we really don't think. Again, that's on you. Whatever you want to do, but you don't think our kids innately know biology. They know the difference between their mama and their papa. Okay, they just know. Now we're gonna grow up and say, well, yeah, that right there is your mama now. I know it's a papa, but it's your mama now. And papa and mama now is papa. They know the difference. Seriously, they know the difference. But I'm willing to take, if you think they do not know the difference, call me, 860-1440. Really, if you believe that a child does not know the difference between a male and a female, then call me. Because I would love to hear that argument. Okay, children know the difference. So now that they get grown, now you scar the hell out of them and tell them, yeah, I know that's what we taught you back then, but that's, God put it in you to know the difference between mama and daddy. Yeah, but we know. But God got it all wrong. Okay, I got you. I'm trying to put lipstick on something I think is going to be scarring our kids. I hear you. Okay, then. Maybe I got her all wrong on this one here. Wait, hold. Is she a black woman? Oh, no. Oh, Jundalyn Gavan said, I'm not here to regulate morality. Yeah, you are. Every time you guys make a stupid law down there, it has something to do with morality. Okay? Don't speed. You know why you don't want to speed? Because you can hurt somebody. Okay? Yeah, you do. You do regulate morality down there. Okay? I mean, you can try to. The only morality y'all don't want to regulate down there is abortion. Because, y'all think that people have a right to just kill their kids because it's an inconvenience. So don't tell me you don't regulate morality. Don't speed. Don't rob the bank. Well, if you're not trying to regulate morality, how come I can't rob the bank? Seriously, why can't I just go in and say, give me some? Give me some of that money. Because it's wrong. So you do regulate morality. I don't know what legislator ever came up with that junk. That's a lie. Anyway, good morning. Who's this? Yes. I know. Hey, we don't know who she is. We don't know who she is. I just tied it. We don't know who she is. Why keep bringing it to us? We don't know. We don't know who she is. So why? I don't care what she said. I just don't. Okay, you say the same thing every day. I know. I got you. I got you. I got you. Well, let me see the same thing. I don't need to hear from you every day the same thing. The Bible's got 66. The Bible's got 66 books in it. 66 books in the Bible. And all you do is give me one or two. Huh? Every once in a while, surprise me with something new. Okay, that's a show opening. And it's my show, so I can say what's on. Okay, see you later. Good morning on there. Yeah, please. All right, then. Anyway, Representative Philip Insler, a Democrat from Montgomery, said students will see the bill passing as the legislature is an anti-gay, anti-LGBT. While he taught history in Montgomery, LGBTQ topics came up when discussing current events. He said that the bill may prohibit history teachers from talking about certain situations regarding that subject, and they don't need to be talking about it. Because what you guys are doing, you're trying to change biology. Really, you don't need to be talking about it. But feel free to call the show sometime. We don't need to talk about it. It's got nothing to do with getting a job. What you and Mr. Johnson does has nothing to do with preparing our kids to live in this world. Okay, so we don't want to teach religion in school, but we want to teach a he is a him and him is a her. Okay, because they say so, not because they are born biologically that way. But so no. So the best thing we can do is just not even have the conversation. Now the ninth grade, hey, listen, all bets are off. By the time they get to the ninth grade, they haven't figured all that out by then. We're in trouble anyway. So okay, so Insler is wrong on this one. I like Insler, but he's wrong on this one. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, pretty good. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. All right. Okay. Appreciate it. Yeah, when we become that which we hate, we're no better than that thing to which we hate. And let's take a break. It is 9:17 in the morning. We'll be right back. Uno momento.
Listening to News Radio 1440 on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, play News Radio 1440.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare. And that's MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month switching to MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. And that's because MediShare works. It's been around for more than 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or you're part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Hey folks, it's Joe.
Me, Kathy Wolf from American Edge More.
This is a special invitation to our 30th anniversary sale.
For a limited time, everything in American Edge More, inventory, catalogs, and special orders, 50% off the top tag price.
That's right, half off. Living room, dining room, bedroom, home office, and outdoor.
Interest-free financing available.
Hurry, still in soon.
Batteries, accessories, and cookies excluded.
But we've been saying for over 30 years. Shop Amish Direct on American Oak and Board.
What is Amish Direct?
Furniture built to last and designed to inspire.
We set up partnerships with Amish shops in Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania.
By having these partnerships directly with these Amish families, we can offer custom-made items, heirloom quality, up to 70% off retail prices.
Outdoor furniture that is guaranteed to last for decades with little or no maintenance.
Bedroom suites, table and chairs, occasional tables, and much more.
Come see the Lake Martin Epoxy table.
Amish Direct at American Oak and More.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LANE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LANE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LANE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
You do everything you can for your family. A nice home, good food, family fun, and the right medical care. You plan ahead for your kids' future and their education. That's all great, unless something unexpected happens to you. If you were to die, who would pay the mortgage and all the other bills? Would your family have to sell their home just to survive? That's why you need to call Term Provider for the lowest rates available on quality term life policies, period. Rates for term life are at all-time lows, and Term Provider could save you 50, 60, even 70%. Already have coverage? Call and see if you're paying too much. Term Provider could save you thousands. And if your health isn't perfect, even more reason to call. We'll match you with the right policy even if you have weight issues like diabetes or high blood pressure. Right now, your family's protected. Make sure that protection continues if something unexpected happens to you. Call for a free quote and see if you can save up to 70%. Call 800-511-3535 now. That's 800-511-3535. 800-511-3535.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris, encouraging you to take the Purple Pledge and support the 47 million people worldwide who are living with Alzheimer's disease and other dementias.
The number of Americans living with Alzheimer's is growing at an alarming rate. 10% of people over the age of 65 have the disease, and 2/3 of them are women. New making it possible to disease and providing an accurate diagnosis earlier than ever before. This message is brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and the station.
Okay, we're back. 860-1440 is the number here. Also, let me not, it would be remiss of me not to mention this, a owner of a institution that has been here, I think, as long as Montgomery's been here anyway. Chris's Hot Dog, Theo, passed away. And I had many conversations with him. Mainly when I was putting some coleslaw on the hot dogs. He wouldn't do it for me. I always thought that coleslaw and hot dogs go really good together. But our prayers go out to his son and his family and all of his friends, the customers who go by there. I'm not saying that, but maybe I can get, maybe they put some coleslaw. I love coleslaw. I mean, just make a little can of it somewhere and just set it to the side when I come over there and, make me pay for it. That way, if I don't come too often, it didn't cost you nothing. I'll pay for it. I like coleslaw and hot dogs. But again, my prayers and condolences go out for the end. And I don't know, I can't pronounce his last name. I mean, it's a Greek name, I believe, but I can't. So no sense to me, but I know Theo. And Theo's what they call him, but I think it's but anyway, I can't even take it. Okay. Yeah, Teach Chris. K-A-T-E-C-H-I-S. Breakfast, breakfast? Anyway, he's going over. I counted downtown on Montgomery restaurant. He died the other day. And George Chris's hot dog store confirmed his death. And his family said that they'd like to thank all the people and the customers over the years. They appreciate, really appreciate Chris's hot dog. You know, you can't come to Montgomery unless you actually, you know, and his dad was from the GNC area. So you can't come to Montgomery, Alabama without going downtown and get your one of the hot dogs at Chris's. They've been there. They've been around since 1970, over 100 years. And so they're right in that spot. So we thank him for giving us memories and being part of the history and the fabric of Montgomery, Alabama. 860-1440 is the number here. Good morning. Who's this? Listen, everywhere I've gone, now in Germany it was sauerkraut, which I can't understand why they do that, but okay. But coleslaw on the hot dog is good. Go to Dairy Queen. Yeah. What do you do with it? Well, first of all, what is that? What is Thailand? Is that a school thing? Yeah. Right. Some DEI. Yeah, they want some DEI. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Even though he is a male. Right. Right. Well, okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, this transgender thing is, first of all, there's no such thing as transgender. There's never been a man or a woman who changed their gender. Never will, never has been, you know. Now, somebody told me something the other day that, please, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody told me that there are male and female trees. Okay. Is there any scientific evidence to prove this? Male, because if that's the case, then no wonder there's storms in the world because the trees begin upset the male tree, and do they get married? I mean, do they have male and female trees? Okay, okay, I've heard enough. I've heard it all now. You know, so one side of the road is the female trees, and the other side of the road is the male trees. Okay, I'm just because if they got male trees, then why do we need bees to pollinate stuff? Why would we use to do that? So I'm just saying. So is there such a thing? Faulkner. I'm going to go hang out at Faulkner. That's probably the only college I actually Faulkner or what's the one down on that highway? Caleb went to. What's the one down there? Right. Faulkner? I thought Faulkner was the one over there on Norland Road. There's a college. This my field wife would teach there. Um, what's the name of it? Did I forget the name? Is that Faulkner also? I think that's Faulkner. Well, anyway, that's the only college in town I would actually respect, that I would actually believe things they told them. Now, somebody, please call. What's the name of that college on Atlanta Highway? That Mr. Montreal worked at. That his wife worked at. Anybody know? Come on now. Somebody knows what it is. Good morning. Yeah, yeah. Well, we know historically, we know what political persuasion that most of the people who did black folks wrong were. So, but they said, yeah, but they keep telling me that was a different kind of Democrat. Yeah, yeah, Democrats. Yeah, 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 yeah. Democrats. Yeah, movement. Yeah, Democrat. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Now there are those that would argue that would say, "Well, we don't tell all the story when they do it out in Wind Lakes. We don't make, it doesn't make the news." Okay, I don't. Yeah, so I don't. But yeah, all right. Hey, appreciate it. That's what I'm hearing now. So, what is the name of that college? Somebody knows the name of that college down on that highway. One of the college I trust. Good morning. Now, honey, but there's one on Atlanta. That's Faulkner over there. No, that's Huntington. That's right. That's right. I'm talking about Faulkner's on the Huntington is the one over there on Narrow Lane. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so that's it. Yeah. Faulkner is probably the only university when they tell me something, I'm going to believe it most of the time. Uh, ASU, no. Auburn, no. Because they got political agendas. Okay, but Faulkner doesn't have a political agenda. That's what I like about them. So I'm gonna have to use them as my go-to people from now on for things that I don't know, which is a few things. That I don't know everything, so I'm good. But I believe if they tell me something, I'm going. Most of the time, I'm going to take it to the bank. Okay, so I gotta call the president of Faulkner out there, and we got to form a partnership here so they can make me look good. 860-1440 is the number you want to give us a call. It is 8:31 in the morning. Good morning. Yes, that we equal. We equal. Yeah, we are. But we equal. We equal. We're equal. We're equal. Wait a minute. And here's the only difference. The white kids shoot everybody one day. We shoot somebody every day. We're equal. No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. We're equal. Okay. No, wait. You were talking about shooting. You were talking about shooting. You said shooting. We're equal. Black folks kill just as many people as white folks do. We equal. Well, it's the same. It's the same. It is. That's just equal. Okay. Okay. So okay. Hold on. Let's stop there for a second. Hey, let's stop there for. Let's stop. You don't get to put that out there. Who does most of the shooting on the street and the drive-by shootings in America? Okay. Okay. I did. You said it. But we equal. We got six folks in both places who do shooting. White folks, the white kids shoot everybody in one day. We shoot somebody every day. At the end of the week, the same number. Good morning, on there. In fact, pretty good, pretty good. But it is connected. But it is equal. It is. They're all associated with one another. People lie and say, well, we can't affect morality by law, but you do. And the reason why we have laws is because somebody believes something's wrong and something's right. It is connected. But that may be the purpose of religion. Well, who's religion? Mm, mm. That's it. Well, everybody's got a master's number. So somebody has to follow somebody. I mean, somebody followed somebody. I didn't come up with language. Somebody else did. Hey, and we can have listen. We would talk so much until we go through a 10-hour ride easy. They would put me in the back seat and we'll just talk. Yeah, that's all we're gonna do. Talk on the way home. Appreciate it. You too. Well, 864 is the number. It is 9:35 in the morning. Good morning. You're there. But you won't let me get a word in. But you don't get to do all the talking. I mean, you don't get to say, oh, it's a point, counterpoint, conversation. Okay. Okay. Well, I will. Then I will listen. I will extend that courtesy to you. Oh, so now you're saying I do that to all black people. Okay. I don't do that to, wait a minute, wait a minute. I don't do that to curmudgeon. I don't do that to curmudgeon. You like that? It's not about, okay, let us clear this up right quick. It's not about what I don't like. Everybody's supposed to disagree. Here's what I ask of you. When you have a conversation, at least have two of the necessary elements in order to have a conversation. Logic, reason, common sense. Now, I am thinking at a higher level. I would agree with you. I'm not a conservative. I believe in the conservative philosophy. Yeah. Okay. 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 I just got done talking about Representative Kinsler and his thought about this LGBT stuff. I talk, but you don't hear it because you're so sensitive to black folks. And so you don't, but you're all. I talk about white folks all the time. Talk about the DeSantis this morning. Yeah. Well, so let me ask something. Who determines who who is the decider of what is fair? Okay. Well, on this show, it's me. No, wait a minute, wait a minute. I don't hang up on you because you disagree with me. It is the application of the argument that gets to you. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta take my break. Now, you know, we'll talk another time. We'll be back after this.
to do it. So, work hard, we got This is State Public Health veterinarian Dr. B. Jones. Having fun outdoors can mean fun in the sun, but it can also mean exposure to mosquitoes and ticks. Insect bites can look the same. Some guys or there are several things you can do to lower your risk. It is best to always consult with a pediatrician before using repellents on children. Also, wear light-colored clothing or dry cookies and always check yourself for food. Additionally, shower or repair window and door frames. Empty any standing water clean and drain it from leaves and other yard debris. This will help these basic techniques to help you safely enjoy the outdoors and create
I got smart about mortgages, smart about
when it comes to your money, if you want to get smart about it, naturally easy place to start. With just a couple of clicks on Amazon, your items come to your door in a day or two. These people use a smart speaker. Your favorite talk shows come to your speaker in seconds. Alexa, use with It's a Thursday morning. Well, I think Pastor Sean Elkins is coming up, and we got plenty to talk about in the coming program. 8-14 is the number here. If you want to give us I love to do this. Somebody put the truth in. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah. Now, let me ask, how do you think that is? But we know he's crazy. Why do you think there seems to be? Why do you believe there seems, and it is your opinion, and it's incorrect, but I'll let this slide. Why do you think it seems that if I have an intolerance for certain conversations, for certain philosophical things that people try to put forth? What do you think that is? It's got nothing to do with it. But black folks think differently than I do. Muslims think differently than I do. They spend a lot of time living in the past. What? No, 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 no. No, I'm gonna let y'all get away with that. First of all, I was the same way when I was on a black radio station, and they told me see you later. Okay, so because no. I talked about the things we believe, and black folks believe things I just don't believe. I don't believe that we all don't make it because we're white guys. I don't believe that. I think we're responsible for where we are our own self. Most part anyway. And that white folks have been screwed. And their white folks have been screwed by white folks. And their black folks have been screwed by white folks. And vice versa. That's not true, man. Well, you see, I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. You know, not the what? It wasn't the poor people who designed it.
It was the landowners, the plantation. I mean, it wasn't the white people behind it. So we got something in common. We go for it. But we black folks did not participate, except for the labor. Did not participate in the philosophical of America. We didn't. For the people who didn't get it. We know who it was. They didn't have black folks in mind. I mean, okay, wait. White people came away. They're the ones who settled this. They're the ones who came from England, landed at Plymouth Rock. I mean, we may not like all the things they've done, but they came up with a pretty good idea. And the native people, when they got here, they thought some people got rid of them too. There's nobody native to these lands. And I keep, then if Moors came over here, then why are we giving the Indians why are we giving the Indians, did the Indians kill the Moors? Okay, but they ain't sharing none of that money out there. They ain't sharing none of that gambling money out there with the black folks. That's their fault. Listen, if you got all the casinos, if you got all the casinos in town or in the state, you ought to have some money. Okay, well that's their fault. So why can't we say, wait a minute, why can't we say that's their fault then? Yeah, yeah. Whoever came up with the money. Yeah. Okay. Well, everybody came from someplace else. Wherever, that makes my point. So the Indians didn't have a lock on this land. White folks didn't have a lock on this land, but they came up with institutions that, and if they're so bad, why is it that the United States is still one of the best countries in the world to live in? Yeah, exactly. All right. Appreciate it. Get one. Who's this at 9:51? I got you. I see you. Good morning. Me too. Thank you. I love you. Good morning. Fine. Who do I make an excuse for? It's a political persecution, is what it is. Mhm. Absolutely. If I thought they were political persecutions, absolutely. Mhm. I agree with you. But did you just wait a minute? Did you just now say that they had something to do with it most of the time? It ain't right, man. I know political persecution when I see it. That's what I believe. No, it's not wrong to want to win. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win an election. The man didn't try to overthrow anything. And we don't have a democracy. I get tired of hearing that crap. We don't have a democracy. But we don't have a democracy. We have a representative republic. They use democracy because it makes you think that if somebody's taking something, they're not. Yeah, right. Okay. Because they're men. And men will do wrong. Well, sure I do. Yeah, sure I do. Sure I do. There you go. Give me one instance right there. Do you believe, okay, let me ask you again, do you think a general should be able to walk up and do you up? But if a private doesn't, you know why we give the private a break? Because he doesn't have the experience of a sergeant. I'm sorry. So there are, everybody shouldn't be treated the same all the time. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of commander in chief haven't been fit to be commander in chief, but they were by constitution. Like Clinton wasn't. Clinton wasn't. Yeah. Again, Clinton is a white guy. Yeah. Yeah. There goes that word. We can't talk another word. He wants to be king. No, no, I don't remember. But he ought to be treated like everybody else. And the guy that's in the White House right now has broken so many laws, and nobody's saying anything about him. First of all, he went to Ukraine and threatened the internal government. Okay, okay, I gotta go. I gotta go. He threatened the attorney general of Ukraine with not giving them the money if he did not fire their own attorney general. Okay? They said Trump did it on the phone one time, and they tried to impeach him for it. But this guy goes to Ukraine, does it, comes back to the United States, and brags about it, and we just give him a pass. I'm sorry, that dog ain't no good. Good morning. Yeah, yeah, it is. White folks and black folks are. Because you talked to me many times already. Let me take somebody I ain't talked to yet. Good morning. Yeah. Say it quick, because I'm running out of time. Mm-hmm. All right then. Good morning. Yeah, that's right. I know. I know. I feel it in my bones. I agree. I agree with that. But it's what I believe. It's not what they believe. But just because we believe it, I agree with it. It doesn't make me right. But that's what I believe. I'm looking at for Donald John Trump. I can't. Biology says you're not. Scientifically, I can prove that you are a male or a female. There you go. Listen, listen, I gotta go. I'll go. I got 30 seconds. Okay then. Right. Okay. Listen, Somebody only myself. We are off the air. That's what I do. President Trump's claim of presidential immunity. It is about the Democratic overturn his 2020 election charges. Attorney Dean Gonzalez was no president was ever prosecuted for his trial. The justices, including Ketanji Jackson, posed this question: how do you become Democratic? But Justice Sonia Sotomayor asked whether introducing a false slate of electors official. When they come in, news, Washington is referred to as an unindicted co-conspirator in the Arizona indictments that charged Rudy Giuliani and 17 others with being part of the 2020 election results in that state. These are people like policemen, people like Mayor, who have his ear in the days after the 2020 election, all the way up until the inauguration. These are CBS News contributing. New York's highest court has overturned a high-profile rape conviction. The New York Court of Appeals said the judges having had 2020 rape they said that the proper route the old straight that included allowing women to testify about allegations that were not rape. This one passed through a newly opened Baltimore 4 weeks after the bridge collapse. Government says the economy grew at an annual rate of 1.6%. That's global. Yes, once you know what it may mean for Fed policy, interest rate cuts. Week after week, before about following that, if we see things really start to decelerate, that first rate of this cycle is back on the table. So Brian has to come through violence on millions of the famous neon reach grounded, leaving a red windmill this morning. Just tourists, and use of Peterson, the window said it was unclean. First, 3 letters of the neon reach sign with them. Wall Street had the value of 650 points. This is CBS News. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your family, your phone, or your very friends with life and electronic device. Insurance. The IRS